Hey, Donte Davis with ESPN.com. I wanted to ask you a lot of new pieces on this defense, and you're one of the few that's back from last year. First of all, when is the last time you've been a part of a defense with so many new pieces, and what do you think that's going to be like?
I mean, we have but beyond the new faces, we have a lot of guys who willing to compete and get out there and try to make a difference for this defense. And I think that new faces really don't matter as long as everybody coming in ready to compete and ready to work.
Donte, what's your impression of Phil Snow thus far?
I love Coach Snow. He's very energetic, very enthusiastic, and he just wants all us to play great football. So he's very, very detail oriented, and he loved the game. So he's good with me. I love Coach Snow.
Donte, if I understand correctly, you haven't had a chance to go up against Tom Brady in the regular season before. What do you make of Tom being in the division?
It's a chance to get competitive. He's obviously one of the greats, and I can't wait to face him 2 times a year and go out there and compete.
Donte, how important is this year for you? Obviously, the team had a disappointing season last year, but for you personally, 3rd year of becoming a veteran on a young defense, how important is it for you personally?
Oh, very important, very important. I dealt with a lot of injuries last year, and so this off season, I just really invested my time and my money into just improving my body, so I won't have to worry about getting out there not 100%. So it's very important for me. I know it's a big year for me, and I'm expecting a big year for me. So I just been ready to go. I've been staying at it, staying in the film room, staying in the treatment room, and just trying to be that leader on and off the field.
Donte, you said invested in trying to do improvements to your body to stay healthy. What specifically were those things? And then as you were trying to figure things out and watching film, is there anything that you found out about your technique that you feel like you can improve?
I've been working a lot with Ryan Clark in the off season, and just improving my eyes, improving my details, specifically at the corner position, and just health is a big thing for me. So I've been staying on my groin, staying on my hammies, staying on my hip flexors, because those were the 3 problems of concern last year. The reason I couldn't run, couldn't cut, and do a lot of things. So just been staying at it, man. Just trying to make sure that I can be out there and 100%. And I know when I'm 100%, I know that could be one of the best corners in this league, and just give my team a chance to win.
Hey, Donte, Jonathan Alexander with the Charlotte Observer. Hope you're doing well. I'm wondering, what were the things you learned from last season, and what type of things did you reflect on in the offseason when looking back?
Just growing as a player. Experience matters. And just growing as a player, trying to be, not just really talk about being a leader, but actually going out there and putting in the work of being a leader, and just trying to come in and be a positive spot, on the defense for the team, And like I said, I know when I'm out there and I'm locked in and I'm focused, I know what I can do, and that's really been my main focus, to go in there every single day, whether we're working out, whether we're doing conditioning, just being locked in and being focused, and that's going to carry on.
Donte, when we talked to Phil Snow a month ago or so, he mentioned that for you, he thought you had a lot of potential, but you're working on the details was something that he talked to you about. Is that something that you're also kind of focusing in on this year?
Definitely. Me and Coach Snow talked a lot throughout the offseason. Me and Coach Rule talked a lot throughout the offseason. And we have that same thing that we talk about. I know what I can do. They know what I can do. That's why they trusted me. And they trusted me to lead the cornerback room and to be one of the best in the league. And that's my driving force.
Donte, considering how last season ended, how much of this fresh start are you embracing?
All of it, totally buying in, and just trying to be the best player I can be, and I think that starts with buying in, and that's what I've been doing. Like I said, I've been talking to Coach Rule a whole lot. Me and him text back and forth a lot throughout the off season, and just going with the plan and trying to move forward.
Donte, it seems unlikely that
fans are going to be in the stands for the first game of the season with the new 5-week extension of phase 2. Is there a different mindset you and the guys have to go in knowing that the fans are going to be there? You're not going to hear that crowd noise. It's going to be a different situation.
You just gotta focus on competing, man, and focus on getting through training camp. There's a lot of new faces in the building, so we're really not trying to look that far ahead. We're just trying to focus on the next day and get in the building and just build that camaraderie with the coaches, with the players, with the new staffers and everything. So we just been looking forward to just being together, and as that time comes, we'll try to adjust our mindset.
Donte, you have a new corner coach, obviously pretty much a whole new entire defensive staff, but wonder if Evan Cooper being a little younger, you kind of think that might be good for you in terms of a guy that maybe relates to you well and vice versa.
Yeah, me and Coop have a great relationship. He's a guy I've been talking to him pretty much every day, if not every other day throughout quarantine. Just not about football, just about family and just connecting. And I think that getting together, me and him have a whole lot in common. He's very enthusiastic. He's very up in your face, but he's very, very, very detail oriented. And he stays on me about my detail. He stays on me about my technique. And we, like, even when I was training throughout the off season, I would send him videos and we would critique it and we would just go through stuff. So just being able to get somebody like Coop is very, very refreshing, and it's a move forward. So.
Donte, when you came into the league, I remember you were saying that your speed was something that you felt would get you onto the field quicker. And when I see the book on Troy Pride, it's all about his speed as well. And I hear that that's something that might be able to make that transition easier. What have you seen from him, granted in a short sample, so far in camp?
He's willing to learn, and he's a hard worker, and he's fast. He's very fast, but he's been working. He's been locked in on the detail, locked in on the playbook. I think they have him playing like 2 or 3 positions. So he's been locked in, and he's been focused, asking a lot of questions. And that's what you want from a young guy. Because I remember me coming in and being on Mike Adams and being on James Bradbury, and them just asking him tons and tons of questions. And he's the same way.
Donte, to that end, how are you helping these young guys acclimate not only to the league itself, but I mean, it's an interesting time to be a rookie given that there's a pandemic going on.
Just really trying to stay in it, man. Just make sure everybody's, having a good time and just enjoying this time that we have with each other, because it was a time where we didn't even think we was going to get this time. So that's the thing I've really been huge on outside the football thing. Obviously we have football, obviously we have a job to do, but I just been trying to make sure everybody keeping a smile on their face. Everybody's just embracing this time that we have together, because it was, like I said, it was a time that we didn't even think we was going to be able to get in the building and get together. So that's really been my whole push, coming into the building and coming into this fresh start, just making sure everybody just appreciate the time that we get to have together.
Donte, we're talking to Christian McCaffrey after this. I was just curious, what are your thoughts on that contract he got this offseason and the year he had last year and what you had from him?
Very, very well deserved. Christian's a great teammate. Besides him being an outstanding, great player, he's a great teammate. So seeing that, it made me happy. I probably bust a dance move or two when I seen that news breaking on the bottom line. So I was extremely happy for Christian. Well deserving. He's a great player. He's the leader of our team. He's our motor. So I was ecstatic to see that they locked him in for a long time. So. Yeah, I was very, very happy for Christian. I must have told him congratulations over a dozen times.
Donte, you mentioned that Troy Pride is fast, and I know you're fast too, but is he faster than you?
Come on. What you think my answer to that going to be? He's fast, but come on.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, you're complimenting his speed and everything.
He's yeah. Speed, no speed, but he ain't faster than me.
Okay.
Hey, Donte, it's Chris from Charlotte Vibe. Of all the changes that have happened with the season and also with the work that you put in the off season, what are you most excited to experience this upcoming season?
I'm just excited to get a chance to go out there and compete, man, and show everybody really what I can do, and that's really my whole thing. I want to help my team win games and show everybody that I can be a dominant number 1 corner in this league, and that's one thing I've been working towards. That's one thing my whole offseason been going towards, being the guy. And I know what I can do. I know I can come in and be the guy. Coach Snow believes in it. Coach Rule believes in it. Coach Simmons, Coach Coop, they all believe in it. And so do I, 100,000%. So that's been my whole motive.
Donte, I know you're moving on from last season, but is there anything you're kind of taking that you learned specifically from last year that you're like trying to change, or something that, you learned from your experiences last year?
Just learn how to, my whole thing, just learning how to cope with injury, learn how to cope with not being 100%. When I was trying to line up in front, these big time receivers at 65, 70%, towards the end of the season, back when I got off my injury, just learning how to cope with it. I let not being 100%, not be able to run with guys that I know I can run with. I let that, break my confidence. I let that, just kind of like take me out of it, so that's really one thing that I'm one to key in on, just being able to cope with anything that happens, being able to fight through adversity. And I don't think that I was able to do that last year. So that's my biggest thing.
Hey, DJ, DJ Moore every day in practice. He seems to be a little underrated as far as receivers around the league, and you face some of the best receivers. And he says he's got to take his game to the next level. What have you seen in him that makes you believe he is one of the top receivers in the league? And when you talk about that speed,
I tell DJ every day he's one of the best, man. And he definitely believes it. And I think he's buying into taking it to the next level. Like, he's not just saying it. He's just doing everything different. He's locking in different. And me and DJ talk a lot, outside of football. And we both agree that we both got to take it to the next level, because it's a young team, but we're going on our third year. So we're not like kind of a lot of the older statesmen. So he's definitely been on it and taking it to the next level. So I have a huge ton of confidence in DJ's game, and I know for a fact that he'll be one of the best this year.
Donte, regarding those injuries, did you try to add any weight? Did you try to increase any strength, or was it the food?
Yeah. I've been on it, man. That's why I got the guns out. You see, I've been on it, man. I've been in the weight room a ton. I've been, honing in on, like I said, my groins and those soft tissues. I've been just locked in. Investing a lot of time into my body, because I know that was the thing that kind of took me off my game last year. So that was my whole motive this off season, was to just get my body right and then focus on everything else, because I know that's the most important thing,
Donte, with all the elite receivers that are in this division, and you kind of came into a situation where you were going up against these guys very early in your career, what would be your advice to guys like Troy Pride and Stanley Thomas Hall, that those guys can come in and just get to work right away without having to go through that learning curve, as even though the pandemic has been rough?
I just been telling you, trust in yourself, man, and trusting your technique, trusting your ability, and we're all pros at the end of the day, and everybody's good, so just trusting yourself, trusting your abilities, and just let it go.
Given the
about the rookies, but what have been your impressions of Eli Apple as a new teammate?
Eli is very, very technique oriented. He's a very smart player. He's seen a lot in this league, so he has a clear understanding of what can happen at what time, and we creating a good bond, and I rock with Eli. He's a good dude.
And with all the coaching changes and the roster turnover, a lot of people writing you guys off. In fact, talking about a rebuilding year. How would you describe? How do you react to that kind of talk?
I don't. I know we have work to do. I know we coming in here every day competing, and that's what we gonna do. We don't really look into none of that stuff that people bring up or what people say. We have a lot of great players on this team, and we're gonna go out there and we're gonna compete. That's just the bottom line.
A few more for Donte, guys.
Donte, I know you guys have monitors to track social distancing. How does that work, and what happens if you get too close to somebody?
It's been cool. But a lot of guys here are more proactive about it. So we kind of all just not we don't even let the monitors tell us everybody's kind of staying away and, you know, social distancing. But if you get too close for it just beeps red, or it don't really like say anything about backing up. But it kind of, like I said, we all kind of have a awareness to what we have to do, because like I said, everybody want to play this year. So we all been wearing our masks. We all been staying away, keeping our distance. So it's been some adjusting, but for the most part, we've been pretty good about it.
How often does it beep? Because you can't social distance line and stuff.
It doesn't beep. It just it flashes.
Anything else for Donte?
On a general level, how weird is it? You know, you guys are staying away from each other. Your instinct is you have to stay as close as possible to receivers, to kind of like you're not used to staying 6 feet away from people, right?
Not at all. But I mean, like I said, it takes adjustments. Everybody's trying to, you know, do their part so we can have a season and everybody can stay safe. So that's just the thing you have to keep in mind when talking about social distancing and the COVID and the pandemic. Just keep in mind that everybody has to stay safe, and you want to keep everybody safe. So that's been the whole key.
Donte, we've asked just about everyone who's come on these Zooms kind of what their COVID and quarantine experience was like. Were you in Louisiana? How weird was it? Just kind of, could you take us through?
Yeah, I was in New Orleans. I trained in Baton Rouge. But yeah, I mean, it was the same. You know, everybody's kind of trying to stay in, and well, I mean, I can't really speak for everybody, but I was staying away, you know, doing my training, going back home, spending time with my little girl, and that's really been my whole quarantine. You know, a little bit of cooking, a little bit of chilling, putting stuff together, but for the most part, you're just training and you know, just daddy-daughter time.
Anything else? We probably got time for one or two more, Max, if anyone's got anything.
Hey, Josh Sims with Fox 46. I'm just curious what a day-to-day for training camp looks like for you guys, since it's so different this year from when you arrive to the stadium to when you're done at the end of the day.
We get in here, breakfast, we go meetings, meetings rooms, everything's separated. No guys be able to sit close to each other. We hit the field for a little bit, and still, you know, staying separated, talking, a lot of loud talking because nobody really is right next to each other. Just really doing our walkthroughs, pointing, you know, talking. Then we lunch, back to meetings, same way. Dinner, back to meetings, same way, and you fit your treatment in and just go like that.
Donte, thanks so much. Thanks everybody. Scott, you good? You have one, or are you good?
I got one. Yeah, just a quick one, Donte, if you don't mind. Since you've seen a little of Teddy Bridgewater now, I just wondered if you could talk a little bit about Teddy and what your first impressions are and how his personality compares and contrasts with Cam's.
Oh, I love Teddy, man. He has that leader gene that you want in QB1, and he likes to have fun, and he's a real cool guy, a dope guy, man. He just getting to, you know, have a few conversations with him and talk to him and just see how he interact with guys. He's a good dude, and can't wait to get to work with him.
Donte, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking some time.
Yes, sir, Ryan.
Thanks a lot.
Donte.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it.